Have you ever met someone with a lot of skill but not a lot of money? For example, a barber cuts hair insane. He's an insane barber, but he makes 50 to 60 grand a year. Have you ever met an insane videographer? They know exactly what they're doing. They know how to hold the camera, shoot everything. They're incredible, but they can't make any money. Video editors, they can shoot everything. They're incredible, but they can't make serious money, even with that level of precise skill that they have. And then you meet another person and they're one brain cell away from being retarded and they have a bunch of money. How does that work? Like, seriously, think about it. How does that even work? I'll tell you exactly how it works. The one skill you need in 2025 and ongoing, if you want to make serious money, especially online, is sales, and that is it. Here's how the equation of money works, okay? The closer you are to a transaction happening, the more money you make. This is why salespeople make so much money and they can negotiate good terms for themselves, because salespeople drive money in. You understand? If you're someone that's good at selling, you're the person that's generating money in itself for everything else to occur. So the closer you are to that transaction, the better you're going to do. Think about this. The people that work the supply chain in a company like Walmart, or the people that have to balance the books and look at the P&Ls, are going to make a lot of money because they're close to what's happening financially. The person that's stocking shelves has no idea as to what's happening with the numbers. They don't drive any sales into the business. That's why they get paid literally no fucking money. So the number one way to make serious money in 2025 is figure out how you can start a business or work for a business where you can get really close to where a transaction happens. The closer you are to the sale, the more money you're actually going to make. And I've met a lot of people that are really dumb at a whole bunch of things. I would even argue that I'm not the smartest person, but what I have learned is how to get into an unsaturated market, how to get close to a sale, and then how to actually scale that thing. If you meet someone that has a bunch of skill and you wonder why they don't make a lot of money, that person is not underpaid. They're underskilled in the one skill that matters most, which is figuring out how to sell, how to scale, and how to really stay close to transactions when they happen. If you meet someone and he's the best barber, but he works in a barber shop, you can only make so much money because that business owner is going to pocket a certain amount. But if you're a barber that says, hey, I'm going to come, I'm going to get my own chair, I'm going to work here, I'm going to drive new sales into the business, okay, so new customers, not just walkthroughs, I want to hire commission, that guy can now potentially get rich. Think about it. He's closer to the sale and making a new sale happen so he can negotiate a better term. There's a lot of people with a lot of skill that don't have a lot of money. And these are the people that typically get out of college and then they complain, oh, the job market's unfair, this is unfair, that's unfair, everything's unfair. Everything's unfair because you have not figured out the one thing that matters most when it comes to making serious money, especially if you want to make money online, which is get close to the sale. And if you're close to the sale, ideally you're going to have sales skill. So learn how to cold call. Learn how to close sales on Zoom. And then if you want to actually make this applicable in a mechanism of making money online, there's two ways in 2025 that I think are still the best ways to make money online. The first way is as an agency sales partner, okay? So you go work for a marketing agency. You need no licensing to work for a marketing agency. You work for a marketing agency that sells Facebook ads, search engine optimization, that sells a whole different array of services. And you help that agency make more money by cold calling new clients and closing new deals on Zoom. That's one way to make serious money. Let's say this agency that sells Facebook ads to roofers charges $2,000 a month. You come in, you cold call the client, and you close the deal. Maybe you make 40% a month on that deal. That's like, what, $800 a month, Zach? Something like that? $800 something dollars a month. You go get a couple clients, you're going to be making a couple $1,000s a month. How do I know this works? Because I literally run a sales team of guys that do sales for our marketing agency, Del Priori Hospitality, and we have six-figure earners in our business that don't need to work more than 40 hours a week, that probably work less hard than a lot of you guys watching this video, but they can make more money. Why? They're close to the sale and they're close to the transaction. So the first way is by becoming an agency sales partner, working for an agency. If you're interested, you could DM me on Instagram at It's Luke Del Priori. We're taking on a limited amount of people that want to work with us directly, but if you're interested, hit me up. And the second way to make money, try to do what I do. Try to run your own marketing agency, build the infrastructure to make serious money. That's going to take you years. That's going to require capital upfront, but you can also make a significant sum of money. I'm giving it all away. I'm telling you how we make money. If you want to make good money, if you want to make 6 figures plus a year, and you don't have a lot of money, you could get into sales right away. It's going to cost you effectively nothing, and you can start making money right away. If you have a little bit of money and you're willing to take more time to build something out, you can make a little bit better money in the future. But trying to make that thing successful, like trying to build a successful marketing agency, is infinitely harder, requires infinitely more capital, and is a harder system to set up than simply getting into sales. You should learn both. You should figure out what makes the most sense for you, and you should fucking stick to it. In the year 2025, there's so many ways to make money online. Fuck a degree. You don't need it. Work hard. Focus on sticking to the things that are making sense, and keep working. Go work.